Now, New Zealand is the most tattooed nation in the world, and a book has just been released to celebrate the artists behind the ink. With me now, photojournalist Chris Holt and tattoo lover Shantae. Welcome to you both.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Probably should start with you, Chris, about how the idea for the book came around.
I can't actually take full credit for the idea. It was my friend and the publisher, Peter Dowling. His wife is Italian and he spends a bit of time over in Europe, and he happened to notice that Europeans are wearing our moko over there. So he thought, oh, it's a good idea for a book that would sell well here and internationally. Because
that's, you know, a bit tapu, Pākehā having moko as well. Is that something you looked into the book?
It depends on the tattooist you're working with, but most of them are fairly open to the idea, I think, as long as you understand what the moko is about, then they're fine with it. I think they get upset perhaps with when they see Europeans who have no idea of what the cultural significance of the work, and they just copy it, and it becomes almost like a pattern for them. And I think they understandably become upset about that, yeah. So
this book is not just a celebration, but also a historical record as well?
Yeah, I think it will end up being a historical record. I mean, I think the last books on New Zealand tattooing itself, I'm not talking tā moko, but were done in 1994, so we felt it was sort of time that maybe it was because of the prominence of tattooing nowadays, that it was time to sort of update the historical records. Yeah.
Did you come up with any reasons for the prominence of tattooing nowadays, why it's had a sort of a renaissance?
I'm not sure what happened or why.
I probably should come to you, Shantae, and ask, what was the inspiration behind getting some ink? Well,
I've always admired the artist Corey who did this work. He's in the book, Corey Ware. And so for a long time I was keen. And it was just a matter of timing, really. He'd been in Japan and came home, and I thought, now's the opportunity. And, yeah, very happy with it.
Interestingly, the statistics are roughly around about 22% women, 17% men in this country, right, with tattoos. So obviously more women. Does that surprise you?
Yeah, it does, actually. I didn't know that, yeah.
And well, as a woman, do you find you're treated any differently through having tattoos?
Not so much, really. I think, yeah, it depends on the occasion. Obviously, people don't always voice what they think, so it's more in maybe the odd glance occasionally, but for the most part, it's been quite positive, yeah.
Do you think there is a stigma attached, particularly, say, if you're going for a job interview or something like that, would you cover up? Do you think that's still around, or have people sort of got over that?
I think there's definitely still some stigma, but I think it depends a lot on the tattoo and on the person as well. Yeah, the response to that, yeah.
Is it addictive?
Yeah.
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 You always think about the next one?
Yeah.
What about sort of the significance of tattoos as well? Because probably, I would imagine, most people start out with wanting something, a permanent reminder of some point in their life or their history, their whakapapa, whatever it is. Was that something that you subscribe to as well?
Not so much. I mean, this tattoo has symbology for me, but not in the sense that you're talking about. The first tattoo I got was actually this. This is very simple, and it's actually an engagement band. My partner has one on the other side of his wrist, so that's, you know, symbology for me in that. So, but this tattoo was really wearable art, to be honest. I've always loved Corey's work, and I wanted some of it, and I think the fact that it's not tribal specific means that it's okay, it feels okay for me to wear it, you know.
Probably the thing I hear the most, especially when you see women with tattoos, lots and lots of tattoos, is what are they going to look like when they're older, when the skin goes a bit saggy and things like that. Yeah. Is something that you ever crossed your mind?
Maybe briefly, but not enough to make me worry too much. Just get it redone, I reckon.
Chris, have you seen a sort of cultural shift from the origins of tattoo with Maori to cultural diversity now? How has Pacific Island culture and European culture influenced tattoos?
Oh, I think the Pacific Island tattoo has really influenced tattoo over here, for sure. I mean, New Zealand is a Pacific Island country, and we're sort of a melting pot for a whole lot of cultures, so all the different tattoo styles seem to naturally accumulate here and sort of blend in and develop its own life, yeah.
Now, having looked through the book, there's a tattoo artist that's been in the game for 55 years. Merv,
Yeah.
he must have been an interesting character to talk to.
Yeah, a lovely guy, Merv, yeah, and a great character, for sure, yeah.
What did he have to say about the changing face of tattoos? I mean, he's there on the front line every day and has been for so many years. Is it a different kind of people coming in to get ink now or not?
Yeah, definitely a different kind of people coming in to be tattooed, and he's noticed a lot of changes when he first started, obviously. It was sort of very simple machines, very hard to get the machines. I mean, Merv, when he learnt from his father, basically, who came back from World War II and said, look, I tattooed my mates in the trenches and rah, and did it with old needles, and at the age of 12, Merv did his first tattoo.
Wow.
On some of his school friends. He wasn't very popular with the teacher and the parents, but that's his history. He's actually still tattooing today. He still works 6 days a week in Ponsonby Road there, yeah.
Well, I guess my last question has got to be, have you got any tattoos?
No, I don't have any tattoos yet.
All right, on that note, thank you both for joining us. It really is a beautiful book as well, some great artwork in there.
Thanks, George.
Now, steady yourselves, ladies, with a smouldering salsa performance. It's the Latinissimo men's team now. Ooh.